continuing domination gameplay on the map Dome, but this video is going to be a redo of the video I made about a month ago, um, where I did a little bit of about me. For some reason that video, it got corrupted once it got done rendering. I have no idea what happened. It was fine when I edited it, it was fine when I rendered it, but when I went to go upload it to YouTube, it corrupted the file all the way through. I just watched the video back just before I did this, and it's like completely unusable. It's the same way as it was. So somewhere in the line, YouTube corrupted my file. But I'm gonna try to remember all things I talked about. And it's about me, so it shouldn't be that hard. But let me get started. So if you guys pay attention, you guys will know I'm 22 years old. My name's Chris. For those of you who are smart enough to put two and two together, Freck is my last name. As you see, Inspector Freck. The name was derived from actually a rapper, Inspector Deck. He's is I guess a rapper for Wu-Tang Clan. You can go ahead and search that up if you don't know exactly anything about rap. I don't personally listen to Wu-Tang Clan. I actually got the name because my sister's ex-boyfriend used to call her Inspector Freck. I guess it's like kind of a pet name. I don't know. It's stupid. That's why they're not together anymore anyway. But I like the name. My sister came up with it. I had a gamer. My gamer tag before this when I was making the channel was something clan based, and right before I made the channel, the clan ended up splitting up. Everyone ended up doing their separate shit and whatnot. So I was trying to find a different name. I was gonna go back to my original name, but it just it wasn't really catchy. I wanted something that was catchy. I wanted something new, and it was actually my sister who brought it up and said, "Hey, you can take Inspector Freck." So I said, "Fuck it. It sounds cool to me. I'll take it. I don't give a damn." So I know if you guys pay attention to videos before, you'll know I'm 22 years old. I have a fiance. She's 21. She turns 22 in a few months, month and a half. I also have a almost 2-year-old son named Joey. He's gonna be 2 in a couple days. Be sure to check up in a couple days for that video. You guys really liked my real life video, real life story thing where I showed you guys. I made the video of the pictures put together, and I talked about my surgery on my collarbone. It's going to be the same kind of thing, just with him, collage of him over the past 2 years. It's going to be pretty good. I've been working on it for a couple weeks now. But I'm originally from Cape May area, New Jersey. I currently live in central Pennsylvania, which, if any of you guys want to go figure that out of where exactly I live, I live in the 20th most dangerous city in the country, which that's going to be another commentary for another day. I think that rating is completely bullshit. I've lived here for 2 years now, and it's not really that bad. But like I said, you guys want to figure out exactly where I live, you can go ahead and Google that, I guess. But I work as a security officer for a company. I've mentioned that a few times in my other videos. I don't. It's not all as glamorous as it kind of sounds. I don't do. I don't carry a gun. I don't. I have a badge, but I don't have any real significance. I'm responsible for maintaining security at a truck yard with trucks that potentially carry upwards of 2 million, 1.5 million of merchandise in them. And if you guys don't know what kind of trucks I'm talking about, talking about like semi trucks, like tractor trailers, all that kind of stuff, 18 wheelers, like that's what I'm talking about. My security company does pretty much what we dabble in. There's all sorts of sites. Danielle works at the same company. For some of you guys, I know it doesn't exactly fit your schedule, but that's kind of why my uploads are when they are. I have a fucked up schedule. I work second shift, and that really throws me off. I can't do anything until like 1 o'clock in the morning, which is I know it's probably good for those of you guys in the UK because that's right around when you're waking up and whatever. But guys in the United States, I know you guys got to backtrack to find my videos and whatnot. But Um, anyway, a little bit about my childhood. I grew up with both parents. I have a sister who's 2 years younger than me. Right? Shit. Well, 2.5 years. She's born in, yeah, yeah, fuck it. 2.5 years. It doesn't matter. Um, both my mother and my father I'm married. They've been married my whole life. Um, I have a older half brother, I guess. Step brother? I don't know. Half brother, yeah. From my dad's side, he was married when he was 19, I guess, to some other lady, and he had a son. And my older brother is like 36 years old. Uh, his name is Joey. Also, I mean, Joe, you're a sub here. If I'm getting anything wrong, if there's anything I'm missing, if you want to tell anyone anything about you, just go ahead and say it in the comment section below. But yeah, my sister's, like I said, 2.5 years younger than me. She also plays Xbox. She just got a gamer tag recently. Some of you guys have played with her when I've been playing with her. But anyway, my childhood was, typical childhood. Just I played a whole lot of sports, not a lot of video games actually. Um, so I guess it was more of a typical mid '90s or early '90s childhood. My mom really wasn't a fan of video games and kind of still isn't. I don't know what her deal is against them, but I got my first game system was an N64, and that was actually more of a family game system. It wasn't mine. Um, and we all kind of played it, and even when we had it, I wasn't really allowed to play it much. I ended up, I think when I was like 13, I ended up trading a brand new pair of shoes I had to my next door neighbor for his beat down PS2. Um, yeah, and that was the first modern, I guess semi-modern game system I had, and I didn't even get to play it that much because at 12 or 13, whatever, I didn't have a job. I didn't have many games. He only gave me like one game. I think it was like Gran Turismo or something like that. So there wasn't many games I liked. There wasn't many games I played. So um, yeah, but I ended up really getting into gaming when I was. Well, actually, I didn't play my first Xbox 360 game until 2006 when I talked about before. My buddy Justin used to go out with my sister. Um, we decided it was a good idea to buy him Call of Duty 4 for Christmas the one year, and he liked it so much. And my buddy Harold, our friend Harold, got the game too, and I ended up going over Harold's house a lot. I hung out with him a lot because Justin was always with my sister, and believe it or not, me and Justin didn't get along too well when me and my sister were going out. Me and my sister, that's weird. When him and my sister were going out, fuck, that was gross. Um, yeah, me and him didn't get along too well, obviously, because he was, banging my sister. But um, I ended up getting my first Xbox 360. It was mine when for my 1 year anniversary with Danielle. Um, I didn't still even get to play very much. There was times for a while where I grinded out. I was in love with it. It's like any new toy you get. You really put a whole lot into it. But I've played Xbox for geez, we're almost together 4 years now, so 3 years I've been playing this solid. Um, my childhood was mostly, since I didn't get to play video games, I was mostly into sports. Since the age of 6, or I think even before that with some minor sports, but I mean, I guess since the age of 4, I was playing like stupid things like soccer and t-ball and shit. And well, for you non-Americans, soccer is obviously football for you guys. But then when I was 6 years old or however old you have to be to play football, like American football, I've been playing ever since from 6 or whatever. I was playing baseball, street hockey, which is not roller hockey, not ice hockey. Street hockey is like a foot hockey, where it's hockey, but you, instead of skates or rollerblades or anything, you use your feet, your shoes, And I personally, I think street hockey is much better than any other kind of hockey because there's no, it's much more fast paced. It's much more action packed, in my opinion. You have to do so much. You have so much control over the game, and you can really make it what it is. I really think it's very entertaining. When I played street hockey, I was a part of fuck, how many was that? 3 national championship teams. Um, we were well, it was like our local teams all played together, and then at the end of the season we had an all-star team, and I was a three-time A-team player, and I was also a 3-time national champion. We won national championships in street hockey for, like I said, 3 years, and then I aged out. Well, I didn't really age out. We had to go play in an adult league after that, and we didn't have the commitment from the players because a bunch of people were graduating high school, and they don't have the time to be putting into street hockey anymore. But I played football. As you guys know from my surgery video, I'm fairly good at that. And went on to play after high school. I went on to play semi-professional football. Baseball wise, I was decently recruited out of high school. Um, up until during being my junior year, I ended up tearing. Well, midway through my junior season, I ended up tearing my rotator cuff, and being a catcher, the majority of my game relies on my rotator cuff, my arm, and that was pretty much the end of that. But I gotta wrap it up. I'll end up making another about me video somewhere down the line to tell you the rest of the story, and I'll talk to you guys later. I end up going 31-13, by the way. Talk to you guys later. Peace.